brought up and pretty familiar with this area. This is what they call a round table. The engines used to come right here, and they drive it right in the 4 stalls here, and they would work on them, repair them. And they've got this all blocked off now because they're using it for something else. Now when the engines came back, they backed it up here, and then they turned them around, and down below here, there's a shed there, and there was another shed up beside that, but that's torn down. That's where they kept the coal, and they used to refill the engines up so they could keep on going. This is probably this is the only one in northern Maine right here, the round table. That's what they called it.
Show the track there, Peg, down in there,
and you can
on
see
which
the track.
This turntable rode.
You can see the track where they turned it. And they turned these by hand. 2 or 3 guys would turn this, and it turned easy, you know, because it was built kind of like on a slant a little bit. You don't notice it now. You can't notice it, but so it was easy to turn once it got going. Now we'll get down a little further here. This used to be the road that goes to the base, or limestone. And down here on the right, there used to be a big house complex down there, and there was 3 brothers lived down there, and they're all bachelors, and we used to get down there and play basketball. And when we were kids, all of the kids in the neighborhood would gather down there. And this here's the scrap iron yard. And down below here, this last building used to be a Bennett store, and that was one heck of a nice store at one time. They used to sell groceries and whatever, and then they used to have a gas station here, and they used to sell motorbikes. But now it's just used for storage. This was all full of potato houses at one time. They all burnt down, you know. And now I was brought up down the road a piece here, but I was born right in this spot here. There used to be a square house right here. It's not there anymore. It was square. It was the only square house on the street. And that's when the family moved from Soldier Pond here, and I was born there.
What year?
In 1932. And well, they came in 1930, I think it was, but they rented a farm and all that stuff, you know. But this is in about 6 months later, they built a house down the road a piece here. And this house right here on the right is, my father built that house. There's 2 apartments in there.
Wait a minute, this one here?
This one here.
No, Peg, you're pointing in the wrong place.
No, she's right there.
This house?
137?
Yeah, 137. And I used to help him Saturday morning when he was building this, and at Saturday noon after lunch, I'd get 10 cents, and I'd go to the movies and see a cowboy movie, serials they used to call them. And now my brother Lucian lived in this place here for a while, where Bowyer's Auto Salvage Company. He used to live here now, but I mean years ago, but you know, it's no good for a house, and they just turned into storage. Now this little road down below here, my father and Lucian used to raise pigs down there. Back then you could do that, you know, and they had there's cattle. We had cattle down there and everything at one time. There used to be houses all along here. Used to be a little filling station here. Now this home right here was belonged to Russell Holmes, and he had 2 daughters about my age, and he didn't want me to associate with him at all, and he put up a fence and all that stuff. But this is a homestead right here. Now,
It looks better than it ever did.
Yeah, it looks real good now. The people bought it and fixed it up a little bit. Used to be a barn, right where that garage is, a big barn. And my father used to store hay in there for the cattle and all that stuff. And we used to have some animals in there.
What'd your father do?
He was a blacksmith. He had a little blacksmith shop there, but most of his work was done on the road. He had a truck with his shop right on the back of it. Now, in the back of this house here,
Oh, they're looking at us.
yeah, the back of this house, he had another.
They're looking at us.
Yeah, I don't care. The little building back there, and he rented it. And there was an Indian family lived there for 2 or 3 years. They were nice people. Him and his wife, and he had 2 or 3 kids, and it was get too small after a while. We used to come down here fishing. Before they polluted it, there was big trout that used to come down from the Madawaska stream, and they used to lay there. We used to snag them, and it was illegal to do that. And we'd get 2 or 3, I'd get 2 or 3, and I never had a fishing pole, just had an old altar, you know, and I'd throw the fishing thing in the woods or bushes, and then I'd run up the railroad track and take the fish home. And of course, then they started polluting it in about the 50s, bird's eye plant, and it killed all the fish. They weren't there. It was right down here at the mouth. You can see the river is pretty low right now, but I've seen it a lot lower now.
Did you used to ice skate on this river?
No, I never did.
No.
Never ice skate. We had an ice skating ring in town. It was a dangerous river to play on.
Please.
Our home was right between 2 railroad tracks.
Let me tell you, not only did you live on the wrong side of the tracks, you lived between 2 of them.
Yeah, that's right. And the train used to come by at 11 o'clock every night. And then we got so used to it, we never even heard it. They blew the whistle right about, a half mile before our home. You could hear it once in a while. And after that, they just coasted in. Page owned this. But
This is Sweden Street in Caribou. One of the last towns which still has angled parking. Here's the Caribou post office. And here's the mall that attracted so much controversy in the town because of its expense and all the snow falling on the flat roof.
Ralph Anderson, from where he went to school. It's a fellow that I kind of take care of. He's in his 80s here now. He has a farm up the road here. He went to school there and walked all the way every day. Houston's farm here. I've been up here quite a few times. I have been in every room 3 or 4 times. His car's in the garage here, and they're supposed to come today to get at somebody from Portland. It's an 85. Yeah. Probably one of the last hand-picking crew in Aroostook County. There's probably only 2 or 3 left that does that. The kids go out of school for 3 or 4 weeks, and they help doing it. This is probably a small farmer, and he doesn't want to invest in these big harvesters, you know, $40,000, $50,000 harvesters.
I heard also that harvesters cost more bruising.
And harvesters cost more bruising, like Mom said. But this guy here will probably make more money than the guys with big equipment. He has no overhead to speak of, an old tractor, an old digger, and pay 50 cents a barrel to dig them.
All our kids pick potatoes like that.
Yeah.
Are you getting a good picture, Betty? You're in great luck. Huh?
Yep.
Park, pointed towards Caribou. I don't know what the little mounds or hills are in the far distance. Very pretty. In New Sweden, did I say that? I like the red trees the best. They're the first ones to turn for some reason. And they used to say that the first frost or the frost would make the trees turn, but I've since learned that a tree that's stressed, like say not enough water, will also turn early. We haven't had that much frost yet this year.
How long has this park been here?
As long as I've known about it. I didn't see anything. Wait a minute. Didn't see what you said.
Okay. Let me make sure it's on.
No, look there.
Oh, it's recording.
Oh,
Yeah.
shoot.
You might not see it. It's in the right upper corner.
Said something stupid.
Oh,
Today is September 25th, 1993, and we're here, Irvin, Peggy, and I, doing a grand tour of Aroostook County while Peggy's visiting us. This is a park that's in New Sweden that's been in use for a long, long time. It's very pretty here, and they use this for performances in the summertime. I get mad at the Swedes because they celebrate midsummer when we're just beginning to enjoy summer weather around here. Okay, I do. I forgot to mention that I once performed in a home-style band here. I was playing the xylophone. It was great fun. I was in the back, though. I have a picture of it. They fixed these roads this summer and they did a beautiful job. I hope they put a thick enough layers of hold out. This is a long straight stretch, and Larry says it's the straightest road in the state of Maine. My hometown. We're coming up on my home farm right now. It has a checkered history since we sold it. My father was very proud of this place. If you turn to the right here, this is where the line was. This line of trees. Up there on the hill was one of my favorite spots. I had an apple tree up there that I was fond of. It's gone, of course. The barn is falling down. They had built a potato cellar right in the driveway attached to the house. It was the ugliest thing. These new owners have torn it down and put a new porch all around. These are the apple orchards. We used to have a lot of good apples here.
Red apples.
Different
Look at the red
varieties.
apples.
Different varieties. That window up there, of course it was another older fashioned window, but that was where my bedroom was. I can't believe how small this house is. We were 6 children here, 2 parents, and I don't remember it being that crowded or anything. They had a door up there, those people that had this potato cellar in the driveway. It was the weirdest thing. They had a door up there, but now they've replaced it with a window. And I see they put new windows on that porch. So it looks like the farm has fallen into loving hands once again. Although it looks kind of messy all around here, doesn't it?
what'd your father do for work?
He was a farmer. He also worked in the woods as a young man as a cook. The land is very much growing back to bush, and that makes me sad because it was a lot of hard work to clear it. I saw him work one whole summer to clear 1 acre. Oh, I want to mention that we used to have our electric meter in the upstairs bedroom. And the meter reader would come around, we had to get up out of bed so he could come up and read the meter. I don't know why they never changed it.
Didn't you have sheep around here?
Oh yeah, we had sheep. They were in a far pen at the very bottom of the lot, which extended to the river.
Look at that barn.
Just below the hill where I live, and this is looking out towards Madawaska Lake, which we can't see here. The town is over there. I used to walk this to school. I measured it. I think it's about 2 miles, but this is a very steep hill. It was very hard at night to climb up this hill. In the wintertime, when it was really stormy out, that my father would come down with the horses with a sled, and it had an old fur robe on it. We called it a horse robe, horse blanket, and it didn't smell very good. But oh, we were so glad for the warm ride that we didn't complain. Before I started school, my father ran a what they called a school convey, fancy word for a bus. It was on a sled, really. It was like a little house on a sled, and I understand they even had a stove in there. It must have been terribly dangerous, but didn't have any dangerous episodes with it, as far as I know. But that was before my time. I never rode it. Okay. Someone's coming, thing.
It used to be a really grand church, I guess, when I was a child, but they've reduced it because of heating problems, and they've now got it sideways. I don't like what they've done to it. It's really modern, but I don't like it at all. They've got a big parish center in the back there, and you can't see the town from here, but we will later.
This is where you and Dad were married.
Yes,
What year?
1956.
Did you have a big wedding?
$13.
This is the road known as Red Road. This is the only red house left, but there used to be a row of very cheap houses that was put up here by the lumber companies, I believe, and all the houses were painted red. They're almost all gone now, but this was for the mill workers. It was built especially for them.
Where was the mill?
Downtown.
By the river.
Oh.
Sawmill?
Yeah, the
And a
plywood
clothespin
mill. So,
Clothespin and plywood.
yeah.
When did the mill close?
40 maybe.
30s, I think.
30.
Well, yeah, 40. Maybe the 40s.
What was this building here?
That's
Folkline store.
Folkline store.
It's now a museum.
Museum.
George Folkline.
Like a general store?
Yeah.
Yeah. Used to buy my tablets. there.
This is where the mills were, you know.
What was this, sir? What's
This is right here. See the cement here?
Yeah.
That was part of the mills.
Yeah.
The mill was in there.
What's
I think
this?
they were on both sides of the river.
Yeah.
What stream is this?
Madawaska.
Madawaska Stream, I think.
Yeah. That's American Legion.
Did you ever do anything there, no?
Did school play there once.
I won a rifle there. Wow. This is
Building, but that was a big movie theater, plays. It was great for giving plays. It had all kinds of doors, entrances.
It was called the Eureka Hall.
It was owned by Albert Anderson.
Put my hand on it,
Okay. That's my favorite flower, the Indian paintbrush. Up
Fall
close.
flower.
This is the road to the fire tower in Stockholm. This is the view from the fire tower in Stockholm. This is looking over Madawaska Lake. This is out over Stockholm. It's pretty windy up here today. This is the path going up to the fire tower. You can see 380 degrees. There's Mom down there.
It used to be manned continuously during fire danger times when dry spells, but I think they do that by planes now. Peggy was just up there in that last platform just below the little cabin to film the panoramic view.
Sunday. But they're born Sunday.
Vicky, take those pants down before she